don't know about you guys, but I've been getting a lot of junk journaling things across my TikTok feed lately. I think it's because it's a new year, so everybody's starting new books, but that's what really inspired me today. And I figured since Valentine's Day is next month, why not make it Valentine's Day themed? So if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let's wake up, prep these tumblers, and slay all day. Let's do this. I already have a tumbler that's all glittered and ready to go here. You want a nice smooth surface because of the decals we're going to be using. So the base itself, I went with a silver, and I was going for like that antique mercury glass feel. And right here, I'm just trying to go over which decals I want to use. I know I want to use two big decals and then some in between, but the ones in between can be a little tricky because of the curve of our tumbler, which I'll go over a little bit better when we go to apply that on how I apply UV-DTFs to a curved surface. Now, I don't buy art supplies that often, but I was in a bit of a pinch. I wanted specific antique looking Valentine's Day decals. So I got these off of Amazon, but they are too adorable and they're not AI. I know sometimes I'll buy AI stuff, UV-DTF decals off there, and the wording will be misspelled. So you got to be really careful with that, but everything looked great on these. So the first thing we want to do is decorate our base. So to keep with that Victorian feel and the junk journal feel, we're going to be using multiple different materials. I have washi tape that I have sitting back there. You guys just go through your supplies, see what you have. If you have washi tape, use it. So there's lots of different things you can use. I'm going to be using alcohol inks as well. You could use markers, whatever you have on hand. Go ahead and use that. To make my stripes, I am going to utilize my Turner's movement here to help me make my stripes. So I really wanted to get this washi tape on the bottom curve of my cup here, but it just wasn't working out. These thicker ones definitely don't like to form around the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do it kind of up at the top, and then I'm gonna come through and do something else at the bottom that will help me out. Now, if you used vinyl, like if you cut your own strips of vinyl, which you could obviously do as well, you'd probably have a better chance at curving it and warming it up and stretching it to the curve of the base here. Also, if you don't feel like just freehanding it in the manner that I'm doing, you come through and take a Posca marker, acrylic marker, or whatever, and do your stripes first, and then go based off those lines for yourself. But I'm just freehanding it, so. Now, after every stripe I did, I came through and made sure I burnished it down really, really well, because washi tape is kind of meant to be taken off and reused again. So you just want to make sure that those edges are down flat for you. And then I'm going to get started on the next line. So I kind of made a space. You don't have to make a space. You could add a piece of tape in between as a buffer, so that way it's a little bit more equal. But again, I'm just eyeballing it and letting everything just kind of free flow here. Now I decided to come through and add like a lighter pink to it because I'm going for more pink. Even though my decals had red in it, I wanted to just kind of combine all kinds of different shades of how I felt Valentine's Day should look. So I'm going to add a light pink right next to my magenta there. And then I broke it up with a bit of bronze in the center. And then to bring it back full circle, I did the magenta light pink and then one more of the metallic magenta. Now, like I said, this metallic isn't very forgiving, so I'm going to come through and I'm going to burnish it down the best that I can. If I found that if I just kind of took my finger and rubbed it really good across those crinkles, it flattened out for me. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that completely around. Now, before I move on, and to make sure my edges of my washi tape stay down, I'm going to seal it down with Mod Podge, or you could use a spray sealer. No worries for my new friends out there, it dries completely clear. So the decals that I chose have hints of blue in it, just real light hints of blue in the flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and do some stripes of blue to kind of tie that together. Now I chose alcohol inks to make this blue color. The reason why I chose alcohol inks versus like a marker or something is because I like how I can see the glitter through the alcohol inks. So that's why I chose that. Now, I really wasn't too sure how high up I wanted to go with this look, so I just kind of let myself go with this, and however it felt like it needed to be is what I did. Now, let's say you did want to do like a circle on the bottom of your tumbler if you're doing the bottom. If you just hold your paintbrush still in one spot and just let the tumbler turner do its thing, you'll make yourself a perfect circle on the bottom every time. So you could obviously stop at the stripes, but I wanted to keep going and I want to do some polka dots and I want to do them in foil. So I'm going to take my tack it over and over again. I'm going to take this little round spongy thing I have and I'm going to just dot all over my tumbler with this. So for anybody that is new and doesn't know what tack it over and over again is, it's pretty much an adhesive glue that once dried, it stays tacky. So that way you can adhere, or you can burnish down glitters, you can transfer foils onto it, anything you'd like to do to transfer stuff onto, you can do it with this. My biggest thing when working with this glue is if you want it to work properly, you need to make sure that it is completely dry, okay? Set it off to the side for an hour, all right? Just make sure it is completely dry, because if it is not completely dry, it will not transfer your foils, and if it isn't dry, it could potentially peel back all the glue that you laid down. If that's ever happened to you, that's exactly what happened. You didn't let it dry fully, okay? And you'll know it's dried fully because it'll be crystal clear. There should be no opaqueness to it, nothing. Just crystal clear glue. So now I'm just going to take my foil and I'm going to burnish it down onto my tumbler here, and it's going to release onto the tumbler, leaving the metallic look left on the surface for our polka dots. So obviously this works the same way with glitter. If you're laying glitter down and you want to have that slick, shiny look to it, you need to burnish down your glitter as well. I don't know, maybe we'll have to come through and do a tumbler like that. I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, you just want to go ahead and do that. And before I get my decals put on, I'm going to go ahead and put a coat of epoxy over top. The reason why I'm not going to put my decals down over top of everything we just did is because the carrier sheets to the UVDTFs are really sticky, and you could accidentally peel back all the stuff you just got done applying, because it's only being really held down with Mod Podge. All right, so put some epoxy over top, it'll hold. So the decals I want to use, I know I wanted to use 2 large ones. I'm going to go ahead and get my 2 large ones cut out, but I also just wanted to really randomly just add a bunch of smaller decals around it. But I also wanted to make sure that my decals would be able to go over the curve that is at the bottom of this particular tumbler. So I want to choose those decals wisely. So I initially really loved this particular decal here, but I knew it would not work just with how big it is, and it starts to hit that curve at the bottom, and there would be absolutely no way I'd be able to form that around the bottom. So I'll have to save that maybe for a straight tumbler or something with a bit of a taller base at the top. So I'm going to hold on to that one. So the first thing I'm going to do is lay down the 2 big decals I would like put onto my tumbler first. Then I will come through with the anchoring pieces I want to go next to it. It's so simple with these ones too, because most of it was already kind of put together. I just kind of detached some of it to use it to how I want to use it. And you know, I didn't really have to place anything too much because it was already pretty much placed where I wanted it to be. And just remember, we are doing kind of like a junk journal. The more the merrier. I mean, that's the whole point of those kind of books. All right, now we're going to go ahead and get this decal down on, it's going to start on the curve of my tumbler. And what I mean by choose wisely is see how his legs are. I'm going to be able to cut away as much as I possibly can from around the decal, so that way I can get this decal to lay as flat as I can for me before I peel back the transfer sheet. So because there is a lot of open space around his legs, I'll be able to do that. But if I try to get his body over the hump of the tumbler, it'll start to crinkle. So you want to make sure you lay your decal down and figure out a good placement, so that way when you go to lay it down, it won't start to it'll get crinkled in the areas where it won't be able to bend and form. So again, I'm just going to lay that down before I peel back my sticker from off of the backing. I will make sure to get it placed so the chunkier portion of the decal is above the roundness of the tumbler bottom, and then start to smooth down its legs first, and then just come through and buff down each side from side to side just like that. And there you go. You're kind of forming to the curves there with your UVDTF. So again, you just want to make sure that you choose things that have enough space around it to be able to mold it the way that you want. Because if it's too thick of a decal, like that first thing I showed you where it was like a big square, there's no way I'd be able to do that. But because this had enough space around its legs the way that it did, I was able to do that. So like the heart, there's no way I would have been able to do that. But this cherub guy, for sure. And here is another example of a good one that I can form around the bottom. So you could almost even cut the bird away and just have the girl holding the balloons down at the bottom instead of fussing with all of it, but I'm gonna do it all at once. But because there's such little space in between the bird and the girl holding the bird, I'm able to bend that over the curve. So I'm gonna get that right down in position there. And just like I did with the cherub guy, I'm gonna go ahead and smooth it all out really good. And there we go. So you just want to make sure you cut away as much as you possibly can from the decal itself. That will really, really help out because it'll give less space for that carrier sheet to get hooked up on the tumbler and get you all messed up. So just make your slits and cut away, and there you go. Similar to vinyl, but definitely not as forgiving. All right, once you have that filled up the way that you would like, you want to go ahead and seal down your decals. Again, I'm going to use Mod Podge, or you could use your spray sealer. The reason why you want to do this is because these decals are super slick and your epoxy will want to wick away off of them. So you want to make sure that you give your epoxy something to grip onto by sealing it down. And while my glue is wet, I'm going to take some holographic red glitter and I'm going to weave that glitter around my decals. I don't want it fully over it. I'm just going to make like a path for myself kind of in and out of the decals because I want to come through and add like a smoky, marbly look to it as well. And that's the path I want to take with it. So I kind of want it all to blend together. So I think I have about 20 milliliters of epoxy here. I'm going to go ahead and get my tumbler coated in my epoxy, and I'm just going to save a very tiny amount of epoxy in my cup so that way we can add that smoky, marbly look to it when we're done here. All right, while the epoxy is still wet, you want to go ahead and take either some white alcohol ink or you could take some white acrylic paint and you're going to put that down into that little tiny bit of epoxy we have in our cup. Don't spill it. I almost spilled mine. Anyways, and you want to be very careful with any type of additive you add into your epoxy. If you add too much, it will mess with the cure of your epoxy and it'll make it soft. So you just want to be very careful. So because this is such a small amount, when I'm working with alcohol inks, I would probably just do 2 or 3 dabs of the alcohol ink down into the epoxy. But if I was using acrylic paint, I'd pretty much only do 1 drop of acrylic paint down into it. And again, we're working right on top of the wet epoxy we just laid onto the tumbler. I'm just going to take the side of my stick, the top of my stick, and I'm just going to rub around our mixture over top, and it's going to create a really cool, foggy, smoky look. Now again, I'm only doing this in the areas that I applied the red glitter. I just want it kind of weaved around this look. Now, after you get done adding as much as you would like of that smoky look to your tumbler, you're going to let that cure. You're going to add its last couple coats of finishing epoxy, and then she is ready to go. Whether you take this design and duplicate it as is, or you take it and let it inspire you to create something that is completely your own, I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial today. Again, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.